A proposed plan to evict topless women and costume characters from Times Square has city lawmakers divided. Good evening, I'm Christine Johnson.
Welcome back, I'm Dick Brennan, in for Maurice Dubois. Another controversy for the de Blasio administration. Should the city dig up the Times Square Pedestrian Plaza to get rid of the painted topless women and costume characters?
CBS 2 political reporter Marcia Kramer joins us now with this story. Marcia.
Well, Christine and Dick, it's really too early to know whether the mayor's Times Square task force will ultimately allow cars to drive through Times Square again. But the idea that he would even consider it is provoking a heated debate. Elected officials, transportation advocates who helped put him in office, and some Times Square business groups are turning their thumbs down.
This isn't a treasure hunt where you start digging up streets. The bottom line is you should be dealing with the quality of life issues that face New Yorkers.
Put City Comptroller Scott Stringer squarely in the no column when it comes to the proposal considered by Mayor de Blasio and the police commissioner to get rid of the pedestrian plaza in Times Square to deal with the Elmos and the painted topless women. Council Speaker Melissa Mark Viverito is a no vote, too. The City Council is considering its legislative options, but the Speaker believes in and supports keeping pedestrian plaza, said her spokesperson. Several Times Square groups are also against allowing traffic to return to the area. Paul Steely-White of the advocacy group Transportation Alternatives says pedestrian injuries have fallen 40%.
To suggest that we should go back to the bad old days when pedestrians were literally, falling into the roadbed and being struck by motor vehicles, that's simply wrong.
Transportation Commissioner Polly Trottenberg, a member of the Times Square Task Force, says
that's one of the options we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about a whole bunch of different ways that we can keep the excitement of the pedestrian space in Times Square.
But would you be sad to see traffic return to Times Square?
Personally, yes.
As a candidate, the mayor at first supported the plazas, but then in a debate here on CBS 2, had certain reservations.
Mr. de Blasio, would you take out the tables and chairs from Times Square and Herald Square and reopen Broadway?
I have profoundly mixed feelings on this issue. I'm a motorist myself, and I was often frustrated. And then I've also seen, on the other hand, that it does seem to have a positive impact on the tourist industry.
Well, it's clear that the proposal will be vigorously debated before the mayor's task force makes its recommendations on October 1st. But there is another point of view. Some people tell me they aren't terribly upset by the painted ladies. They say that the grittiness of Times Square is part of its appeal.
Grittiness.
As long as you know what you're walking into, I guess, right?
But I'm telling you, there's some people who think it's part of the appeal. People come in, they want to get their pictures taken with various people there. So.
Grittiness supporters. Okay.
Thank you,
Marcia.
Marcia.